What's up, y'all? It's Zach, a.k.a. the Achorn. We're back with ROQ Shop Talks, and I'm here at Printing United in Atlanta with a very special guest today. Tell them who you are, baby.
Yo, this is Rum on the Rocks from Supacolor. I got the ROQ alias today because I'm in the ROQ shop with my man.
Let's get it.
We're about to kick some knowledge down today.
Hell yeah. Let's get right into it, you know. I mean, everybody was waiting for this show. They were dying to see the Impress, and we brought it. You know, you guys came squatted up, held it down, ran that thing the whole show. How you feeling about it?
Bro, I'm hella impressed with the Impress.
I
think
love
it's a perfect name.
Yes.
And, you know, with the Supacolor on the Impress press, you're going to go super fast. It's going to be super easy.
Yeah.
And you're going to make super bucks.
And be super dope.
And be super rich.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, all jokes aside, man, it's a game changer, bro.
It's huge.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
You know, I walked through the halls of this convention, and I haven't seen anything that really like got me excited. And the buzz around the place is the press.
Yeah.
You know, even the competition is coming out to see the flex.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, ROQ has, you know, we had a vision.
Yeah.
And ROQ has executed on that vision beautifully.
Yeah.
And you know, like a year and a half ago, a couple of years ago, we started talking about high volume heat pressing because, you know, everyone will always talk about how like, hey, well, you can't heat press as fast as you can screen print.
Exactly. Yep.
And that's always been the knock.
Yep.
And well, you know, you can get pretty close now.
Yeah, you can.
500 an hour.
Yeah.
That's
crushing, man.
That is fast.
No, it's insane, man. And it's wild because I feel like you guys have, like, at least in my opinion, taken the industry by storm over these past few years to the point where it's like we had to do something about it. You know, we were fortunate enough where we work with one of our great partners with Stampinator, which we were able to, you know, do some Supacolor stuff in those transfers.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
you know, being able to develop a product, you know, that's around that specific is super cool. And I mean, I got to ask, you know, coming from where you started to now, you know, like tell us a little about that, like from when you first started, got involved with it and stuff like that till now.
Well, bro, you know, I my journey into this industry is really unique.
Mm-hmm.
I came out of the real estate finance industry.
Likewise.
And, you know, like back in my early days, you might have heard this. I was really into music. I was DJing. And it was a great creative space for me to be in. And I just kind of, you know, exited out of an investment. And I was on my couch at home thinking about what my next move was going to be.
Hell yeah.
And I got a phone call from a buddy of mine, and he's like, hey, listen, I'm starting this business. Do you want to get into it?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what is it? And he's like, well, we're going to make heat transfers and we're going to decorate apparel. And I didn't even know what those words meant.
Yeah.
And literally got into the game and, you know, had the honor of working with a couple of guys, Marcello and Chris, that taught me everything I knew at that point. Mm-hmm. And from there, it just kind of like, I got bit by the bug.
Yeah.
And just really absorbed as much as I could.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, like the first couple of years, lost a lot of money. You know, there were nights where I thought I was going to go out of business that week, that day.
Yep.
And just kept with it. And what happened next was, you know, a few years later, turned into Supacolor.
Exactly.
And we were making spot color transfers and, you know, making screens, but screen printing, but not screen printing in the way that like most screen printers are screen printing. Yeah. And so I understand that part of the business. I understand that part of the pain. And I guess coming from being an outsider, coming into an industry, not knowing anything, I looked at it differently. Yeah. And it was always like, well, why do they do it like this?
Yep.
Right? Like always questioning everything and trying to figure out, is there a better way? Mm-hmm. And I guess so the blessing and the curse is, you know, coming in from a different experience or a different journey into the business, just looking at it differently is kind of what put me on this path.
Oh, it's huge, dude. I mean, I've listened to a bunch of your interviews. We've had the privilege to have awesome conversations, hang out, all that stuff. I mean, one thing I'd say about you, dude, is like you have such a great outlook on things, but you're also an amazing student. and problem solver. And like, I think that's one of the things, you know, that has helped launch you guys so fast is you guys just looking at the problems. What do we need to fix and getting after it? Like, what are you guys looking at right now?
Well, first of all, thank you. You're far too kind. I appreciate, you know, the compliments and the acknowledgement. Well, you know, I just love the adoption of transfers, heat transfers, period. You know, I walk through these halls, I run into our competition, I give them a fist bump, and I'm like, let's grow, baby.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what it's all about. You know, you see, there's 70 people, 70 companies exhibiting DTF printers here.
Yep.
70.
Yep.
Right? Like Nasdar and Lawson are selling DTF printers.
Everybody
it's crazy.
is.
And that just speaks volumes to the adoption rate that's taking place. And I think that while that's great and the pie is getting bigger and there's enough for everyone to kind of participate, the pain really right now is in being able to increase productivity on all areas.
Yeah.
Not just pressing, but processing orders, making sure that you're getting enough of the transfers fast enough.
Yeah.
And the throughput, you know, is also another an area of opportunity because, like, you know, these the out of the box DTF printers, they can the capacity is limited, and so, you know, that's kind of where Supacolor can step in and help people with their throughput and their productivity.
Definitely.
But now, you know, like when you look at a press like the Impress, you got to have enough printers that are going to keep up with it when you're doing either 300 an hour or 500 an hour, depending on the configuration.
Exactly.
And so for us, it's going to be like, truthfully speaking, more of the same.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to keep producing the product that we produce. We're going to introduce some new products like a reflective transfer.
Ooh, okay.
That's coming down the pipeline. And some more specialty transfers that are going to allow people to decorate more, you know, and what they get is they get to work with Supacolor and get that experience that everyone expects from us.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, it's huge. Like, what you guys are doing for the industry as a whole is super impressive because, you know, you're catering to everybody, which is super amazing to see because, you know, there's always that history where we're going to cater to one specific market, but, you know, everybody buys sneakers, right? So it's like, you got to look at it as how am I going to sell? So with that, it's cool. I mean, you've changed my perspective, you know, even in, I'm glad you touched upon it earlier. It's like, there's really no competition versus the screen printing or the transfer side of it. If anything, the transfers complement the screen printing so nicely.
Oh man, this is not in lieu of, this is in addition to.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about competing processes in your business.
No.
It's about complementary processes and about like really getting good at figuring out which process a job should go through in order to get the best outcome for the customer, but also the best outcome for the business.
Exactly.
And when you start making decisions like that, that's when, you know, your business starts to really thrive and grow.
It's huge.
Because you're becoming more efficient.
Yep.
You're making more profit. But also your customers are happy.
Yep.
Right? Because at the end of the day, happy customers, you know, generally are going to lead to a better, healthier business.
Oh yeah. I mean, everybody always says your best customer is your repeat customer, you know? So it's super big to have something like that. Plus, like, from my experience working with you guys and stuff, the best part about it is like, it frees up more time for me to focus on stuff that I enjoy doing, whether it's the screen printing process or something like that. I don't have to waste time on those smaller jobs that I used to do, those 5-piece jobs, screen printed and rip my hair out and stuff like that. So it's super cool to see.
Well, you know, the other thing is that I like to think that we're the screen printer's best friend.
Hands down.
You know, what a lot of people still don't know about Supacolor is the fact that this is a hybrid DTF product.
Yeah.
And what I mean by hybrid, and people used to get mad at me when we used to call it a hybrid transfer back in the day, is that the colors are all printed digitally. right? On a digital offset press, which is a 7-color press, CMYK plus orange and violet, and then silver, which allows us to print metallics. Most of the other printers that are on the market, or the other manufacturers that are printing a similar type of transfer on the market, are using a CMYK process, using you know, like more like a photocopier machine to print this style of transfer. So that's one unique part of it. But where we're the screen printer's best friend is basically the base layer that goes behind it, which is the white, is a water-based white screen print ink. And so we're doing 2 passes of white screen print behind every single one of these transfers. And that's what gives it its really nice, soft hand. That's what gives it its durability.
Those colors too, man. Those
the opacity of the white, bright whites. You know, I look at some of the prints that are.
We got one here. Let me see it. I'll hold it up. I'll hold it up.
I look at some of these prints that are coming back from some of these printers that I see out there, and look, I love the technology. I don't want to come off as being a hater. I love the technology. I want people to use more transfers, but I see like the white is like a light gray, or it doesn't have the opacity. And one of the things that we're really proud of at Supacolor is, you know, the brightness of the white. But when you put that white ink right behind those digital colors, they really pop.
Oh yeah.
And that's the beauty of Supacolor. Now, I don't think that you can really replicate that with a digital printer, but the benefits of, you know, getting a DTF digital print is that, you know, it's on demand, and there's a lot of things that you can do around that, and that's probably an area that we need to look at, and we are looking at it, and so we'll see what the future holds, but you know, we might change up our product mix as we move into the future to provide another solution for our customers that are looking for that. So that's why I never knock the technology. I just want to make sure that if we do adopt it or we do move into that, that we do it in such a way that it's going to be a beautiful transfer, that our customers, when they think of Supacolor, they can say, all right, I like it because it's going to be great quality. You know, and then it's going to be backed by that Supacolor promise and that customer service that we're really proud of.
And the quality, baby. It's top notch, you know?
Hey man, quality is a conversation that, you know, quality needs to be a part of the conversation, but it's an expectation that just exists now. Right? Like when you buy a ROQ machine, you know you're getting quality. But you know, I don't think that ROQ necessarily has to stand there and say this is a quality machine and that's why you should buy it. This is a quality heat transfer and that's why you should buy it. Quality is understood.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what the brand represents every single day. Right? That's why we show up.
Exactly. And it represents the work. And like, I'm a big believer in good work is always rewarded, I should say, with more work, you know? And I think we're seeing that, you know, with ROQ, definitely. We're seeing a lot more green in the industry, but we're definitely seeing it with all these Supacolor transfers everywhere. More
than quality, the thing that I think about every day is confidence. Okay?
That's big.
Because people are going to look at price, they're going to look at speed, they're going to look at quality, they're going to look at all of those things, right? And that's what everyone is competing on. But when your customers can have confidence in what you supply, in what you're selling, in what you're delivering, that's how you win them.
Well, it's contagious because they want to be confident too. So when you can spread that to them, it's beautiful.
So in any business, that confidence piece is the thing that I look at all the time. And so when, from a guy that really believes in building brand, right? And the brand means so much to me. I think about confidence every day. How do I make sure that people feel that? You know, and look, we're not perfect. We make mistakes all the time. It's what you do about those mistakes that builds that confidence. That's the opportunity that you have in building a better relationship.
Hell yeah, man.
And you know, and that's exactly what ROQ does. So look, no lie here. We walked up, we got the Impress, it was set up. In 15 minutes, Marcello was printing.
Hell yeah.
15 minutes. Now, that's impressive, but that gave me so much confidence that, man, if I put this at DecoPress, my shop in LA, my team can start printing right away, and it can start delivering value instantaneously.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the thing that, like, you know, I want everybody to understand is that, look, is it for everyone? No, it's not for everyone. Okay?
Yep.
But if you're a shop that's looking to diversify and grow your business, take those high color count, high volume jobs, and get them off your screen print presses, free up some capacity to do the 1 to 4 colors and make a lot of money. Well, what you could do is shift some of that productivity onto an Impress.
Exactly.
And your team can immediately start using it because it's instinctive. Right? It's intuitive. You put a person that's run a screen print press right in front of the Impress, and they already get it because it moves the way.
Oh, it's awesome.
The movements, the operations are all exactly the same. So what you're able to do is cross-train somebody really quickly on the press and get them going right away.
Yeah. The other thing too I've noticed, and I'm sure you've seen it too, is with that, I feel like it's taken out a lot of the bottlenecks that you have throughout that process with people going through it, doing the clamps, all that stuff. You have it all in one, so you're not having those little holdups.
Well, not only that, you don't have to make screens. You don't have to mix inks. You don't have to reclaim, which is a bitch. And, you know, you don't have to do SEPs.
No,
Some people might end up losing some jobs, but you might get some more efficiency in your business.
Yes.
And like, look, that's what it's all about. It's about reallocating your resources to where you can make more money in your shop. And if you take some of the pain out of the business, which is what I just described earlier, it creates opportunities, you know, to grow. And this is about growth, man, more than anything. The Impress is going to help you grow if you're the right kind of business. Now, you know, looking upstream, you know, you start with a single head heat press, and hopefully that's pneumatic or air compressed, like an air fusion. And then you want to bump up to a dual fusion. They're great presses. They're productive. And then from there, you want to think about, all right, well, how do I even get more productive? And that's where this press fits in. Right? Now, look, I never got into screen printing onto apparel directly, and maybe that was a stupid decision. Maybe it wasn't, because it led me on this journey of being a part of Supacolor, which I don't know would have happened if I would have gotten into screen printing apparel. But what it did was it gave me a different perspective on the business. And the one thing that I always heard from all my friends was about heat transfers was you can never go fast as you could on a screen print press. And it's true. Like, I mean, like, you know, like it really became a specialty, you know, operation. But man, now I'm really thinking like, shoot, if I put this in my shop, I could start doing those high color count graphics on just about any garment, and I can start pressing at 300 to 500 pieces an hour, and maybe I can be competitive now, right? It's not going to be competitive in all situations, but situationally speaking, it can be competitive, and then you just go after that part of the market, and you start selling to those customers where you're going to be able to have a solution that is not only good for them, but makes you money.
So I got a side question. Is your favorite T-shirt a Supacolor T-shirt? I just gotta ask.
Man, where's Ryan Moore? My favorite T-shirt is an all-made T-shirt.
With the Supacolor
I'm on
print.
camera right now. Man, you guys probably know this. I'm the most boring dresser in the world. I wear a black hat and a black T-shirt every day.
Same here,
Most
brother.
days, you know, it's just nothing on it. but man, at least I know what I'm going to wear every single day, and I don't have to think about it.
Exactly.
I ripped that one out of Steve Jobs' book.
I was just gonna say that's the Steve Jobs mentality, baby.
Yeah. I think the most complicated wardrobe decision I have to make every day is what shoes I'm going to wear.
Exactly.
And if you know me, I'm a sneakerhead, so.
Oh, you got the fours on fire right now,
baby. I
baby.
got the fours on right now.
Hell yeah.
That's my flex for the show.
Hey.
But the real flex here is the Impress Press.
Yeah. So
And,
we'll finish it up, all that stuff. I got one last question for you. You know, obviously crushed all the previous questions, but
I got a question for you after. All right.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So I guess my final question for you is going to be, you know, you talked about the progression of what you guys are trying to do and stuff. What would you say the biggest goal for you with your position with Supacolor coming into 2024 is?
Ooh, man. You surprised me on that one, dude.
Hey, man. I like the way you think, so I want to know.
You know, for me, it goes back to that confidence piece that that we were talking about. I want to figure out, you know, how we can help our customers solve their problems and make them feel more confident in what they're doing. And you know, some people look at it as like you're selling a product. Some people might look at it as selling a service. You know, what I want to do is I want to be their partner.
Yeah, man.
And I want to help them grow and offer them solutions and give them confidence. And I think that hopefully when you do that, you also help your company grow by selling more heat transfers, because that just happens to be what we do. That's not why we do it.
Yeah.
Why we do it is we want to help people make it.
Exactly.
And that's why we say Supacolor, we help you make it.
Hell yeah.
For me, in my role, my job is to help the business grow. I oversee all of sales, all of marketing, all of customer support. So those are the three divisions in Supacolor that I oversee our strategies and operations for. And so when I combine all of those three things, you know, it really comes down to the customer. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that we deliver the best customer experience possible.
Love it.
We give them confidence, and they believe that we're able to help them grow their business when they work with us.
Hell yeah.
And so that's why I wake up every single day. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
That's why I get out of bed.
Hell yeah.
Is to help other people make it.
Hell yeah, man. My favorite thing to say, man, is greatness is formed in service to others. So you doing that, bro, that's epic.
Some people say they got a service mentality. I live it.
Hell yeah, bro. You walk and talk.
It's the way I'm built. It's the way I was born. You know, I tell people all the time, man, if you're working with Supacolor and you have a good experience, you want to tell me, great. If you have a bad experience, you want to tell me, I want to know.
Yeah.
You know where to find me, rum@supacolor.com.
Yep.
You know, tell me what it is. Tell me the truth. And because that's the only way that we could get better.
Exactly, man.
You know,
working together.
It's all about the customer. It's all about the people out there. That's why we have 330 employees worldwide, looking to help people every single day.
Yep.
You know, 5 factories, looking to build the 6th. We did it because of the people out there that believe in us.
Hell yeah.
And so we want to believe in them.
Love it, man. I love it. All right, your turn.
Where are my shades at?
Oh, man. All right, you heard it here first with my guy. We're coming for that Achorn sponsorship 2024. We're getting shades for everybody. Next year at this show, we're going to have a shade day.
That's it. If you're sitting in this seat and you're on this podcast,
you need
to be wearing shades. I said it here first. I'm starting the trend. Everyone after me has to be wearing shades. Let's do it.
I love it, my man. Thank you so much for coming on. That
Thanks
was
for
awesome.
having me, man.
Appreciate you.
Anytime, baby.
Rock out, baby.